not the actual DP unit, but it lets you joystick the boat.
Right.
And it also has an autopilot built in, bow thruster. This is main follow-up steering. This is non-follow-up. You can run one rudder at a time with each one, or you can run them linked where you move one handle, both rudders will move, or you can split them,
right,
move them by themselves. Over here we have our pitch control. The engines are running 1,000 RPM all the time. You can go 100% pitch forward, straight aft if you want to. It doesn't change anything on the engine.
And we'll go down to the engine room in a minute.
The DP controller's in the back.
Captain, one thing I wanted to add, I talked to John about when we were doing the story, was the crew and the captain specifically. Do you want to get on the new boat? You want the newest equipment? You want to try it out? You want to see if you can captain the ship? Ever
since we got word that these were coming, that's all that we've been hanging on for, just trying to get to these new boats. So yeah, everybody's really
It's competitive to see?
Yes, definitely.
How about the training? How rigorous was it?
It's a lot of it's self-training. We've taken classes for the DP and some of the other items on here, but a lot of it's self-taught. You know, myself and a lot of other guys have been in the yard during trials with it and go through the boat and trying to learn it and watch as the trials went on how to operate everything, and then we have to in turn train the rest of the crew that comes on board. So it's an ongoing process, but it's still a boat, engines and rudders, so it goes the way you point it. Everything else we're figuring out, but it's very impressive. We're happy to have it.
One of the other things that the crews participated in, Brian did, was during the build, they helped write the procedures, especially the vessel-specific procedures for this vessel, the operating procedures. So that was, they own that document. So they're quite proud of it. They've done a good job assisting us coming on board. But that was one of the other parts that they took ownership of.
Well, should we move on, guys?
Yeah, well, let's take you to the DP station. I think that's something interesting.
Okay, now we're at the DP station here at on the Ocean Wind in the wheelhouse.
This is the monitor. We can come back here, take over, control the vessel, stop the vessel, make it hold position. And it shows all our movements and reference systems on here. GPS is the wind, tells you what the current's doing, and it'll show you do the set point on the vessel where you want it, and it'll show the vessel moving around that set point as it's holding, and then you can come in and input which direction you want it to go. If you want to move 5 meters to starboard, 10 ahead, punch it in. You can set your heading on it. You can set the pivot if you want the boat to pivot at the stern, or midships, or on the bow where it'll hold station on the bow, and just pivot the rest of the boat. That's all in here. We have a separate tow winch controller up here. It's all touch screen. We can run.
You want to
tow.
take a shot here, David, the closed circuit camera?
Yeah.
You could also, not only do they have the plexiglass cover, but they also have cameras for both the stern.
Yeah,
when you go back up to the bow there, you can also see that. That's all touch screen. It has complete controls of the
all your speeds and which drum you want to run or pay out. You're all set from right here, and then you have one controller that runs your speed on it.
Now, when you go DP2,
well, this one's DP1.
yeah, when you go to the DP2 boats, the next two, where's the second?
They're going to extend this back,
Right.
so you'll have a separate controller on each side.
On each side, right.
Have all the same controls that you do up forward, and you can also joystick it from here. Fire monitor controls here. This is all remote control.
Yeah, that's your FIFI system.
FIFI meaning firefighting, of course.
Yeah.
Okay, John, what are we looking at here? He switched cameras. And
Yeah, well, this gives you a stern view, and they run that all the time so that
Right.
you could see here. They have a good picture of the toe pins and also our shark jaws.
Right. Okay. John, tell us what we're looking at here.
What we're looking at is the
What are the
motor
back?
for the bow thruster. That's 850 horsepower.
And how many thrusters you have out here?
This one has one.
Just, you have a stern. You have a stern or a tunnel thruster or any other?
No, this one just has one bow thruster, and then as Capt Cain was telling you, independent rudders with the CP wheel.
Everything you need, right?
And then the next, the sun in the sky will have two thrusters and an additional stern thruster, and that'll give them the DP2
The
capability.
DP2. Okay. Great.
You also have your emergency backup fire pump.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see that through there. Here, hey, there's a person down there. No. There it is. The emergency backup pump.
Fire pump.
Fire pump, sorry.
See what happens here? They'll capture the chain in there, and then they'll raise the pin to take all the weight off the chain, so they could take the shackle off.
There you go. You can also mess with people who are standing there.
And then how this was done before was they would put a strap and a pelican hook, so you had the guys working right on top of all that stored energy. And now we do that remotely, and until the chain's captured, they don't have to come on deck.
Here's one more look at the intercon winch.
You can see the protection and up into the wheelhouse, how they can lift down.
That's a good feature. Okay, here's an example of the accommodation space here on the wind.
Each one has its own shower and
Their own head.
Yep.
Showered head.
you'll see each has a direct TV also, and the internet tied into the vessel systems and outside.
All right, John, this is like way nicer than my bedroom. Of course, I am bachelor, figures. We're back in front of the wheelhouse here. Go ahead,
see that there's
John.
2 hand winches. Those are specific to the project that we're going to be working. We're going to be doing a project offshore where they want us to snug in and make the boat up in a pusher style.
Right.
So we have the main anchor windlass, line handling drum, and it also has an independent capstan for mooring the vessel. And then we have 2 additional hand cranks that are just for this one project. They'll be removed when we're done with the project.
Okay. Looking at the bow of the Ocean Wind. Well, guys, thanks for the tour. Anything else you want to add? Ken Hockey's hiding back there.
Hey, Ken.
But first 2 boats, we'll also be checking out the second 2 boats, which are due. When are they due for delivery, you think?
Well, we got
John?
February and April of 2013.
2013. Those will be, as you know, 10 feet longer, and they'll also be DP2.
Yes, sir.
So thanks, everybody, and thanks. I hope you enjoyed the tour.